Hello everyone. Today is the day we've been looking forward to. We're going to talk about the Mega in detail. This is the Nireeka Mega, our latest and most powerful bike we've ever made. The main purpose of designing this bike was to have a versatile bike capable of handling all the surfaces and terrain. And in order for doing that, we needed to have a full suspension bike with the front and rear suspension, and also the fat tire and a powerful motor. So if you think that this is the prime with rear suspension, you're so wrong. The frame geometry on this bike is so different. And not only the frame geometry, but many other features and specs are different than the prime. The most important part of the bike is the main frame. The frame on the Mega is monocoque, which means that the whole frame is out of one mold without using any glue. So it's so stiff while it's so light. Since this bike is designed for speed, the frame geometry should give the rider a comfortable and ergonomic riding position so the rider can handle the bike at higher speed with ease. One of the other important factors in this regard is the wheelbase. The wheelbase means the center of the back wheel to center of the front wheel, and it's 97 millimeter more than the prime. It means that this bike is easier to handle at higher speeds. The other difference is the motor. The motor on the Mega is 35 millimeter lower than the prime, and it means that it's closer to the ground surface, and it brings the center of gravity lower, and a lower center of gravity gives you more control at higher speeds. So let's talk about the suspension. The front fork on this bike is a single shoulder fork with 150 millimeter of travel, and on the upgraded version, you can lock and unlock your fork from your handlebar. In case you're going uphill and you don't want a suspension travel, you can do it from your handlebar. On the default one, you need to stop the bike and lock it from the right side of the fork. So it's more convenient. You can lock and unlock it from your handlebar. And on the rear, we have a X-Fusion O2 rear shock, and it gives you a 140 millimeter of travel. And again, we have a lock and unlock feature here, and using this blue switch, and we have a rebound setting here for making the rebound softer or harder. Again, it depends on your riding style. Like all the other Nireeka e-bikes, we have Shimano hydraulic brakes on the front and back, and the standard rotor is 160, but it's highly recommended to get the upgraded one, which is 203 millimeter on the front and back. And since this bike is so powerful and so fast, you're gonna make sure that you have enough stopping power. So we have an integrated tail light on this bike with the brake sensor. It doesn't have an internal battery for itself. It gives the power from the main battery here, so you don't need to be worried about recharging the tail light by removing the tail light from the bike, and you can't actually remove that tail light that easy. So whenever you have enough charge for riding the bike, you have enough charge for the tail light. We have also the kickstand that is behind the lower swing arm to avoid touching your heel when you're pedaling. We have a mounting point for a rear rack on the upper swing arm, and we have a shift sensor on this bike like the Prime, which disengages the motor when you're shifting a gear to avoid damaging the drivetrain. We have an optional thumb throttle on this bike. In case you want to ride the bike without pedaling, you can just push the throttle and go. And we have also, let me turn the bike on, we have walk assist if you press and keep the minus button like this, it will help you to walk with the bike.